Hey everybody, video here for you today. We're going to go down to ancient Peru. There are a lot of sites I want to cover in Peru, and I know a lot of you are familiar with the famous sites down here, but that is just a fraction of the ancient ruins in Peru. We're going to go down right to the coastline here, which is very unique to have a ruin right on the coast. This is called Las Aldas, and it's right down here. The ruins are right on this elevated point right down here. We'll take a look at those in a second here, but this has to be connected with Sechin, Pampas de Lamas, Chanquillo, the places I talked about in my last Peru video. That's about 12 miles away. But these ruins were not discovered until 1956, just because this is a very arid area, less than 1 inch of rainfall per year. And the nearest source of water is like 15 kilometers away. Quite a ways away, but you can see the ruins, just the outline, faint ruins right down here. There is a huge circular kiva right down here. But this total structure here is about 400 meters long, well over 1,000 feet. And it kind of comes up to a step pyramid type structure right in this area right here. That is a pretty unique location for a large complex like this. They think there might have been wells put in here by the people, or they may have carried the water maybe 12, 15 miles from the nearest water source. And I can't really think of an alignment for this, so I'm not sure why it was put in this orientation. But let's go down and take a look at a few pics here of these ruins coming from Peru. This place was abandoned about 2,500 years ago, but this surprised me how large this was. And up on top of here, this is kind of like a big step pyramid here, just kind of laying in ruins today. Could this possibly be older? Well, people said this might have been one of the first areas in Peru that people built as far as large complexes. But here you are looking towards the northeast, and here is a look kind of looking out towards the ocean. This place is visited by tourists, but it doesn't seem to be very well known. Here is a reconstruction of what this place used to look like. A very impressive structure up on top of the hill overlooking the coast there. You could call that a step pyramid. But that is a very impressive ruin coming from maybe 4,000 years ago. One of the earliest major complexes in Peru. Now, I've been banished to my room for the rest of this video. Apparently my brother didn't want to sit downstairs and listen to me make a video. But these ruins remind me a little bit of ancient Corral, the way the pyramids are laid out and the circular features. I call them kivas. But these are very similar to the nearby ruins at Sechin. Here is a diagram of Sechin. So you can see the similarities there pretty well. Now from this pic, you can tell this place is just kind of laying in ruins. There hasn't been any reconstruction done here. And I'm just not sure how many people actually know about this place. But let's take a look at some of the stonework, a few areas here inside the structure. Now, I found a few videos on this place, but they're not in English. Here is a look at the top of the step pyramid here. Good look. The ruins kind of covered up by debris in just time. There is a little opening right there, but the stonework here is pretty interesting. There is a good look at it right there. Here is a look from the plazas looking up at the step pyramid that overlooks the ocean. This is very good sized. And down on ground level, I'm not sure if this would appear to be a pyramid until you got right close up and started investigating the stonework in here. Here is a look at that circular area. Here is a close-up of some of the stonework here. Here is a reconstruction of what this place used to look like. Very impressive for being right on the coast. And having it being right on the coast, it just gives me a different vibe. Was this built on a much more ancient site? Well, that is always possible. Many cultures did that. But this is a very impressive ruin, and as I said, very unique being right on the coast here. But that is a large step pyramid that these plazas lead up to. Here is some stairways coming up the central area of it here. Here is another link I will leave below, but he is standing in front of the large step pyramid there. You get an idea of the different levels of it here. But he shows some of the stonework down here, and this area appears pretty megalithic. Those large stones right there with the smaller stones in between. He calls that somewhat unique, I believe, in the video. Here is a look, the big circular feature there. How old is this place? It was apparently built in 3 different periods, but here is one period of stonework, and that looks a little bit like the stonework at Teotihuacan in my mind's eye. But I will leave the link to all these videos here. Here, the steps in the background and the ruins of the step pyramid. Here is one more link I will leave below, but you see the people up there on top of the step pyramid, and then you see the ruins going out into the desert, and then at the end of this video, you get a good look at that step pyramid in ruins going out over the ocean here. I just thought this was a very interesting place to cover. A pyramid here right on the coast overlooking the water. Ruins running almost 1/3 of a mile out into the desert. Large circular feature. This place seems to be covered up by time. Here's another link I will leave below, but recently I've talked about similarities in places from around the world, pyramid sites. But here on the right is Las Aldas. Here is Sechin Alto, what I showed earlier, very similar. Then they show Ko Ker in Cambodia with the pyramid here, and then the plazas laid out. Pretty similar, interesting comparison there. That's my video on Las Aldas, a relatively unknown site in Peru, but when this place was in all of its glory, it must have been an awe-inspiring scene to see that step pyramid overlooking the ocean. This place has been abandoned for about 2,500 years. You can only use your imagination what it looked like in all of its glory based on Google Earth and a few reconstructions. But I was glad to do that one today. It's kind of lost history. I'm not sure how many people know about this place. But there you can see which way it is aligned. I'm not sure if this is aligned to anything specifically, but a very unique ruin, one of the oldest in Peru as far as a large complex. Very near the Sechin region that I talked about a week and a half ago. But I hope you thought that was interesting, and you all have a very nice day.